Hello again. It is Sherry again, and what I'm doing right now is I'm gonna do a sort of a. I wouldn't have a good time on a platform like Watch People Code because even just not interacting with other people, peers that may be male, it's already bad enough as it is. So this is my own little watch Sherry try and get away from chronic and persistent auto run uh, people, people who seem to be on auto run. What does that mean? It means that they're going to reactivate themselves or someone else's reactivating them automatically, so they're like an automatron because they're just running all the time like a process or a program, and not really being a person who makes decisions or choices. So this episode is called Weird File uh, Location and Neutralization. I hope. I'm gonna put a warmer shirt on, a warm shirt for myself to keep warm. Usually when I'm using a warm shirt, I put it on and I don't really, no one really cares about the fucking shirt or the soft shorts. So anyway, all right. So I'm trying to locate a couple of weird files, and what I'm seeing is a lot of oh, it the whole computer isn't a database, so you don't have to have a relation between any new program that I put on and then you decide where it goes. So when I say that, I'm going to go ahead and just talk about Michael again. And I'm not saying what his last name is. He may live in Alaska, he may live in Arizona, or he may live in Maine. Who knows? So if he's watching and he feels offended, just keep in mind that I could say his last name. So I'm going to try and investigate why I have what appears to be an auto run to reinstall programs that I uninstall. So let me repeat that. I'm trying to understand the mechanism behind uh, me, the technical mechanism that reinstalls a program as I uninstall it, or it installs even more programs. What does that sound like? It sounds like a virus. It sounds like a Trojan, the wooden horse. Everything just flies out at once. So I think we're still in the ransomware domain. And I use that word very carefully. The, the ransomware domain. So a couple of days ago, the console root, okay, the console root. A couple of days ago, I installed for myself for myself on my personal property. Now, to define personal property again, that is property that I either have and own for no reason, or it's something I purchased, or it's something I got online and is by the very definition means that it is not yours. Having a really tough time with people understanding the difference between mine and yours. So on my computer, as I have installed SQL Server 2017 Configuration Manager in an attempt to regain administrative control of my personal computer. And what happened is it's been put into a one-to-one relationship with the console, which is not just my Microsoft console now, but it's called Console One, Console Root. So I'm going to say that there is no author mode. We're in author mode, okay? user mode full access, user mode limited access, user mode access single window. Let's try that. Okay, now keep in mind, I didn't make this. Okay. Do not save changes to this console. I'm going to go on the safe side, allow the user to customize the views. I'm going to go on the safe side. In fact, I'm going to even change this to full access because I'm conservative with technology, meaning that I do not want to fuck something up because I don't know what I'm doing, or perhaps I do know what I'm doing, and another person knows what they're doing, and they're doing it intentionally. So with intent, intentionally, with intent. So keep in mind, we're still in that ransomware domain. I'm feeling physically better. I feel like I've been sort of let go, but I can assure you that this ransomware is, as I was discussing earlier, on Autorun. It is going to run ransomware as a service, either every time I pay a copay on my Humana prescription insurance, or just anytime my phone auto renews for auto renews for minutes on mine, because I'm not on uh, a 2-year contract, because I like to keep it where I can stop it if I want and change plans without having to go through customer service. But I'm starting to think those are all like terrorist phones, so I may actually sign up for an actual service with my cell phone. And here we go. Back to what is called console root. Not sure why I would have that on my computer, since I just have regular console. And add or remove a snap. So some of these services probably, oh boy, and here we go. Okay, so I'm going to show you then what I'm looking at, because if you're technical, if you are of a technical nature, you will also be horrified by what I'm seeing. So what I have done is I'm in console 1, which is not just the console. And I have put this in kind of a safe mode where if the changes that I make will not be applied. Okay, so here we go, because I'm not going to make changes until I really understand what's going on. Okay, here we go. Now, yes, I feel horrified when I see in console 1 snap-ins like ActiveX control, authorization manager. Let's get the mouse there. Certificates, which are all okay, they're all bad. They all expire before like either 1999 they expired. Then you got your component services. But what really starts to concern me is the authorization manager, which I don't know. And what else? Disk management, that concerns me. The folder, just the plain old folder, that concerns me. The group policy especially concerns me, because who owns the group policy? Me. I paid for it. I own it. So I am not in a good mood. I have paid, in fact, I've paid several times for the exact same program. So the group policy, that one not only concerns me, but it pisses me off. The IP security monitor. Okay, link to web address. That one's particularly concerning because there really isn't a file extension .url. All right, now I hate to tell you that, but I don't hate to tell you that. I'm just telling you that there is not a file extension that's called .url. You have to make that one up. So any type of feeling I was having that someone might have been manipulated into doing this on their against their will is totally gone. This is clearly with intent, and it's clearly malicious. It's not going to show up on a virus scan, because why? Because I'll tell you why. Because it's using Windows components and Linux components. Do I want to save? Well, no, but that was inherent in me opening it. So then I have another one that's just M. Lang. I don't know if it stands for Michael Lang or just whatever it stands for, but I don't know. And it doesn't have a real icon. It has just a little blank paper looking icon. So that right there to me is a red flag. I'm going to see what the properties are. Pick an app. Just pick it up. It's data. It's a data file. So I'm going to pick an app for that, because why would I want just a data file to be sitting there with no program, just sitting there? It's data. I'm going to put it in an XML handler. And because it probably is XML, and XML, you may think, oh, Sherry, what about XML? Doesn't that have to do with data and websites? Yes, it does. It has to do with data and websites. But what else does it have to do with that maybe some people or a lot of people didn't think about? It has to do with artificial intelligence. Well, wait, Sherry, we thought XML was just, we didn't know what XML was. But what do you mean by artificial intelligence? I mean that XML is literally a part of artificial intelligence. But wait, Sherry, what about just, it's just a way of data. It's just something to do with the cloud or whatever, or ransomware. Okay, let's look at XML and artificial intelligence. I'm going to look at it, not let's. You shouldn't even be seeing this. XML artificial intelligence. Okay, artificial intelligence, XML, and Java concurrency, D-zone, big data. Machine learning, use A to interpret XML. What's A? A is actually a programming language that not a lot of people have heard of, which is better input for artificial intelligence. XML feeds. What's an XML feed? Is that an RSS? We thought RSS was dropped by Google several years ago. Well, it was, but they're still using it. But what does that have to do with the Go phone? Well, it has a lot to do with the Go phone. So XML for artificial intelligence, mined in JavaScript for, okay, does that sound like a train wreck that's already happening? Yes, it does. Concurrency, Java concurrency, Roger Gay. Roger Gay, well, does that, they say, okay, is Roger Gay gay because his last name is Gay? No, not necessarily. And then XML for artificial intelligence, mined in JavaScript for MSIE, IE. And then, okay, MICAI 2006, Advances in Artificial Intelligence, fifth Mexican, it's a Google book. I'm going to look at the images and just see what comes up here. There's probably a lot of screens and stuff. Oh, no, it's not even. Finance, Stellar Lumens, XLM. That's not what I meant to put in there. Let's start this over again. It's got piano in there too. So actually, I made a little human error there, or I'm not sure. I'm trying to remember what to call it. Yeah, in user error. User error. Okay. So back to this. Now maybe I made a mistake, and if I made a mistake, I don't care. XML. Okay. XML. Okay. Okay, now when we go to the XML for artificial intelligence, the first thing that comes up is scholarly articles for XML. That's actually the topic that I was starting to touch on, is the XML, not the XLM. Okay, and then you got AI Stack Exchange. I have also a membership at that. And then you have AI, ML, machine learning and XML, artificial intelligence, XML, and Java concurrency. So you've got, I did that, probably a little dyslexia glitch, as I put XLM in the Google search box instead of XML. But what I really meant was XML. So let's go to the scholarly articles because they come up first. And oh, and look, they all have a little favorite star beside them. So does this surprise me? No, it does not. This would appear to be almost like a mobile situation. Reasoning about change, time, causation, and standpoint of artificial intelligence, 1987. Okay, that freaking rocks. That floats my boat. That's what I want to look at now. Okay, 1987, really going back there. They say, well, Sherry, artificial intelligence is new, or it's something that we're going to write an app about, or we know everything, but no, you do not. Okay, so what I'm going to do here is I'm going to read the abstract. What is an abstract? It is just a small summary of a scholarly paper. Hopefully, it's a scholarly paper. Abstract of reasoning about change, time, and causation from a standpoint, I think, standpoint of artificial intelligence. Dumbass. Temporal reasoning is a central component of research in artificial intelligence, as well as our everyday reasoning. This dissemination investigates this dissertation, PhD, okay? This dissertation investigates some problems that arise when one wishes to make temporal inferences that are both rigorous and efficient. The particular task of concern is that of predicting the future in this context. Two problems are identified, named the qualification problem and the extended prediction problem, which subsume the infamous frame problem. The solution offered to those problems is couched in a logical framework. First introduced are two related logics of time intervals. Next, a somewhat new and very simple approach, non-monotonic logs. Okay, logs. Okay, I'm going to tell you something right here. And now I'm starting to scare myself because I think I might be a little bit smarter than I thought. Is a log file at all an executable file? Or is it just a log of what's happened, like a text file, like some logs? What is a log file? Okay, now this is actually getting really intense. I think I really wanted to work on just some art projects tonight. This isn't art to me, anyway. Okay, log. Now, when I think of log, I think of mathematics. Log, cabin. Okay, yeah, log files are a big deal, like I thought. Okay, and okay, I'm gonna go ahead and wrap this up because this is starting to not scare me, but scare me that people aren't really paying attention. Ooh, everything's looking really crispy. It's really strange. Okay, so I'm going to end this particular video with this concept of a log file, only for reasons that there are people I follow who know how to deal with these situations. So, out.